I finished the chapter. It took forever, and it seemed like impossible, and I was so lazy and horrible, but I finished it, and it's so good. Like, it's exciting, it's crazy, it's ridiculous. And while it's still, like, really, it's mostly, like, a fun, exciting, crazy, whatever chapter, it still has, like, real, like, emotional things, like a build-up. It's so good. And it flows really well into the time skip, actually. It flows better than the other chapter that was before it did, which is amazing. Because, like, if the, like, I don't know. I don't know why it is. It just kind of seems to flow better. It kind of, whatever. So, it's finished. And I was editing, I edited halfway through 15, well, now it's 16, I think, or 15. I'm so confused. But yeah, I have to renumber everything now, so it's 15 now, right. I've edited halfway through 15, and the only reason I stopped is because 15 and 16, the only reason they're split up is because they'd just be so ridiculously long, because 16 is ridiculously long, and 15 just kind of like segues into it, you know? But I skipped it, I cut it because it would be too long. It would be ridiculous. So they're basically like the same chapter, and I didn't want to get into 16. I was just like, yeah, no, not today. Not today. So I kind of stopped in the middle. But it's been going really fast because everything past like 11, 12-ish is pretty much good because I've already reworked a lot of it before. Like, it's weird. Earlier, I was like, the beginning's fine, it's the end I need to work on, so I worked on the end. Now I was like, the end is fine, it's the beginning I have to work on. I'm still going through it, I'm still editing and fixing and whatever else I find myself that I have to do. But it's going a lot faster than it was before. Like, I just, like, breezed through most of 15, and I was like, oh, yeah, it works, it's fine. I actually hope to finish the preliminary editing completely by next week. That might happen, like, potentially. I don't know. Like, July's almost over. Like, I'm gonna have to go to school soon. I got my course schedule a couple of days ago. Oh, ridiculous. I can't believe I'm gonna be a senior in high school. I barely feel like a sophomore in high school. I barely feel like I belong there. I barely feel like I've been there. But now I'm gonna graduate. And it's really bad, because, I don't know. I'm basically just trying to get through it. The positive now is that, like, okay, I'm almost going to be gone. I'm almost going to be in college. I'm never going to deal with these people ever again for the rest of my life. Ugh. You know, my morale has soared since being out of school and starting to work on something productive every day. Like, earlier in the summer, before I started really dedicating myself to this project, I was bored. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of stagnating. I was just like, I don't want to do anything ever. And now I'm more productive and more happy, I suppose, and now that I have something else that I have to do, like, the things I do to distract myself seem more fun, which is weird. But anyway, I want to publish an excerpt from the new Chapter 12, which is called Supply Run, and I was always like, should I call it that? That's like a preliminary title, and then I looked at it and said, there's really nothing else I could call it, because too much else happens. It's not like giant that happens. Like, wait, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that there are a lot of events in the chapter, but they're all kind of equal importance. There's nothing that's like crazy, like, oh, I must title this. Stuff that is important, but like not more important than anything else that happens. It's not like the whole chapter is revolving around. And the other thing I was thinking of calling it was ribcage, but that doesn't really make sense. It's just like a keyword that's repeated a lot, because Pen hurts her ribs. Like, not bad. She just gets a little bruise. But it's significant and stuff happens relating to it. But the main thing that happens is, like, yeah, they're going to get supplies. It's a supply run. That's basically what the big deal with the chapter is. Yeah, it's finished. I don't even know what part to put up. I'm not gonna put up the whole thing, because it's like 3,000 words. Like, 3,000 and a half words. It's crazy. It's awesome. I love it. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what part I was gonna excerpt. I'm thinking of a part where Nat's fighting a zombie that just like kind of attacks him at random, because like there's 3 major zombie battles in this chapter. There's one where they first show up at the place. There's like a bajillion of them. They're all over the place. There's like badass on, swag on, and that happens, and it's cool. And then there's one where Nat's by himself, and he opens the door, and a zombie pops out, and he has to go like, ah! And he doesn't have any ammo, oh no! And then there's one toward the end where where there's one chasing them, and it's not one, most of them are like kind of mangled, the zombies, you know? They like have an arm missing or a leg missing, so they're kind of slow, but this one isn't, so it's like chasing them, and they're just like, shit! So, yeah. It's good, and I'm happy that I finished it. Now I'm just breezing through the rest of editing, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.